it's your girl Amber Ray coming to y'all with another video. Listen, today I'm going to be doing my beauty school experience. So I did go to beauty school. I graduated from beauty school of September 2019. I had the most crazy experience in beauty school. I didn't know beauty school was going to be so hard. I didn't know, but it was very hard. So I guess the school that I went to was Tucson College of Beauty. The reason I had picked that, originally started looking into esthetician programs. I was like, I want to work with skin, and I was like, cosmetology, I don't know. I don't really like nails, and I don't really like hair. I more like skin and makeup. So I was like, I'm going to become an esthetician. So I started looking up schools in Tucson that had the esthetician program, and I think Empire didn't have it. I'm not sure, but I do remember I had actually visited their school a few years back, like maybe 3 years back, and I didn't like the school. So I was like, the first school that came up was Tucson College of Beauty. And so when I went in there, I didn't really put much thought into it. I went in there, I got a tour. The person giving me the tour was just an assistant director. She, told me, I went through the esthetician program and I had to go back and do the cosmetology program. So she was like, if you have a little bit of love for hair or whatever, she's like, I would just go for it. It's 11 months, just do the whole thing. And I was like, you're right. So I went ahead and I did the cosmetology program. So, I guess when I had got my tour, everything was good. It seemed nice. The students said hello. Everything seemed great, right? I remember once I was already enrolled, is when I had finally met the director, and I was like, okay, maybe I can come here. It's gonna be all right. And I had just a little back history about what I was going through at that time in my life. So I had just moved into my new apartment. My first apartment, I had just moved in. 1 month later, I had enrolled in beauty school. I was taking on too much to begin with. I was just taking on too much, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I was like, I could do this. So and my daughter's dad was, me and him were together, but he was not helping me the way he should have been. So it was just so crazy. I jumped into this apartment, and then I jumped into being full-time student at Tucson College of Beauty. So, the first few months, I was calling out of school a lot because I had to put, am I going to go to school today, or am I going to go to work and make some money today? So luckily the job that I had been working at was paying me a decent amount. So if I went to school, if I went to work 2 or 3 days, I would be okay. So I was battling school and work, school and work, school and work. It was so crazy. So just to get into it, let me tell you guys a little bit about my experience there, okay? So it's bad. My memories there, my experience there is just bad, horrible. I'm thankful I'm out of there. Beauty school was the worst experience I'd ever been through. All the instructors there, they're inside. Let me tell you why this is suspect inside stuff going on, okay? The director been there for 16, 17, maybe even 18 years. She opened up the school. The assistant director been there maybe 16, 15 years. Right next to her, that was her student. She made her assistant director. The other main director there is the assistant's daughter, okay? And the other director had been there maybe 15, 16, the whole time. You know what I'm saying? It's all inside business going on. It's horrible. You can't go to anybody. You can't go to anybody and say anything because it's all inside, it's just horrible. It's like a family business, and it's so horrible. You can't go to one instructor, and talk to him about something because listen, you might as well just tell them all. You know, it's just horrible. Like, if you have a problem with something, like, yeah, it's crazy. That's that. And being there, I never got any type of recognition. Like, I wasn't like I what first I didn't make it. I didn't have any friends. Like, oh my god, it was so hard to make friends. Finally, this group of students started, and I was like, dang, these are some people I could chill with. So I finally made my little group of friends. I had actually had to take a leave of absence for my weight loss surgery, and I remember things were like all right, but oh my god. So on my very first day of school, right, on my very first day, there was this girl, and we looked at each other, and the director, she comes off strong. No type of customer service. Listen, this is my experience, and I'm just letting you guys know my experience. She talks to you crazy. The director of Tucson College of Beauty will talk to you crazy. She doesn't care who you are, a customer, a student. She does not care, okay? I remember me and this girl looked at each other, and we were like, what did we just get ourselves into? On our very first day, what did we just get ourselves into? Let me tell you, that girl never came back. That girl never came back. And I was just like, wow. She really never came back. She came for one day of school, and she never came back. She was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how. Like, I can't do this for 11 months. Like, that's how crazy it is there. Like, when I first started, you were allowed to take your lunch break at any time of the day. As long as you didn't have a client, you just had to make time. By the time that, by 4 or 5 months I was being there, they gave you scheduled lunch breaks, okay? I had finally made a group of friends. They tried to break my friends up. They separated our lunches. They didn't allow us to talk. Like, we weren't allowed to talk. It was just so crazy. It was a bad experience. One time I got in trouble for gossip. They pulled me into the office, and they recorded the whole thing, told me I was going to be possibly terminated if I ever gossiped before, if I ever gossiped again. Yes, you shouldn't gossip, but the situation is all the students had been saying something about one person while she was gone. Nobody knew why she was gone, but they had made up a whole story about why she was gone. When she got there, I was like, girl, what the heck has been going on? This is what they have been saying. Like, is this stuff true? That girl had went to the director and was like, so this is what everybody has been saying about me. And then they pulled me into the office and was like, it's all your fault that, that girl deserved to know what those girls were saying about her, what the whole school was saying about her. She deserved to know. I was just being a real one because that was my real friend. And I was like, girl, I don't know what's been going on. I haven't been able to get a hold of you, but this is what they've been saying. Like, I know this stuff ain't true, so I let her know. But that girl, she kind of did me dirty too. After that, I kind of never trusted her again. She went to the director and was like, they pulled me into the office. They recorded the whole thing on the phone. You know what I'm saying? It was just crazy. It was just crazy. So I remember, I had, been feeling so bad. I hated going to school every day. I, felt like I wasn't learning anything. I mean, the instructor that was teaching me hair cutting, she kind of, had ADHD. She couldn't pay attention, and she couldn't stay in one spot for long enough. So I kind of, did not even learn hair cutting. I remember finally the day I got it, and I remember this day, and I told this girl, her name was Danielle, and if you ever watch this video, girl, go ahead and send me a heart, because listen, I told her, I stopped her, and I was like, can you show me how to cut? Can you just show me? And she showed me, and right there I got it, just like that. And it was just crazy, because you just feel like, I don't know, you just have that school. You are on your own. Seriously, you are on your own. Unless you're one of the favorites, you are on your own. So I made some list of things that I didn't want to forget. So I already told you guys about the gossip. So I want to tell you guys about, So I remember a few months into school, there was one instructor. She was assistant director of the school, and this girl was like wanting to deep condition her hair because her hair was really damaged, right? And I like, this is something I can never forget because it just amazed me. Like, this is a school, you know, like, I know you've been here for a long time, you feel real comfortable, but this is a school. You just can't talk to students this type of way. So she wanted to get her hair deep conditioned. She was gonna have another student do it. She had brought her own deep conditioner that she had bought from Cosmoprof, you know. So it was professional product, and they came up to her and they were like, "This isn't Tucson College of Poly. This is Tucson College of Beauty. You can't do whatever you want around here." And mind you, we weren't doing anything. Like, we had just got out of class. It was like 3 o'clock and we leave at 4:30. Everybody was kind of just sitting around until we started duties. They made that girl cry so hard that day. I was like, are you kidding me? This ain't Tucson College of Poly. This is Tucson College of Beauty. Like, if they ever said something like that to me, you better believe I'll be writing, I don't know, I'll be calling, I don't know what I would have been doing, but oh my God, like, that's how the assistant director will talk to you. So, and then I'll tell you something else. In the morning when you get there, you stand in this big circle, right? They got so comfortable. They started they would go to every student and be like, your eyebrows are not lined up. Where's your lipstick? You wore lipstick yesterday. You need to wear lipstick every day. If you don't come to school with makeup on, you don't look appropriate. Let me tell you why they used to tell us that. The reason they used to tell us that is because nobody, not one of them, this is excluding one instructor that I really love, excluding you, you know who you are. Not one of them cannot come to school wearing makeup. They'll tell you, it is so unprofessional for you to come to school and not wear makeup. Why is it unprofessional? I am not wearing makeup right now. I have a little bit of lipstick on, but this is my normal face. Do I look, if I came to work like this, would I look unprofessional? Like, they would make girls cry and they would feel ugly in their own skin. Like, going to beauty school, that's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought you're supposed to grow and just feel beautiful and, you know, just, you know, but no. You're being torn down every single day you walk through that door. The director will look at you up and down, and she will tell you how she feels about your outfit. And if it's not right, if it's some, you know, she'll tell you how you should have wore it. You know what I'm saying? She'll also compliment the favorites. Like, that's another thing on my list is favorites. If you're a favorite there, then you are on top of the world. Me, personally, I had never been a favorite, which was fine. But listen, my friends around me, the girls that I hung out with, they were favorites. And you know, I would be working. Tell me my friend, she didn't have to do anything all dang day. She would just be their little assistant running around, working for them. You know, the other favorite they had was like the assistant director's cousin. This is why it's, you know what I'm saying? It's, which she was a student, but she became a favorite. Tell me why she worked the desk every single day. That girl did, she'll tell you herself, I don't have to do mandatories. They just sign that off for me. I've seen it with my own eyes. Listen, when I tell you I've seen it with my own eyes, because my best friend from beauty school was one of their favorites, I got the insight. And listen, I got the insight, the 411. Let me tell you, because when I thought they were trying to break us up, they really were. They really were. Ask my friend. She'll tell you. They really were. They really, really were. Okay? So, yeah, so let me tell you guys about I told you guys about lunch breaks. All the lunch breaks were split up. I could never go to lunch break with my friends. Like, how miserable is that? Like, I gotta stand all day long doing perms and doing whatever you make me do, because they will adjust things in the books. Like, you might come to school and you look at the books and you got 6 haircuts or something going on, and you know, you make the director mad, you're gonna have 4 perms. That's exactly how it goes down, and it sucks. Oh my God, it sucks. So, oh, it was crazy, y'all. I remember this one time she told this girl, she was like, I know your hair's making me uncomfortable, so I know it's making you uncomfortable. That girl started crying. Let me tell you, it's horrible. Like, they just tear you down. And I'm sorry, like, it's not always like this. Yeah, I did tell the director, thank you for everything that you taught me. I did tell her some of the things that you said to me I did need to hear, but also at the same time, I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys my experience. And you know what put the icing on the cake is when I did make my group of friends and they started to break us up. They would tell my, like, if something was going on with me, the staff, the instructors there, the director, the assistant director, all of them, the director's daughter, who I don't know what she does there. She's like, she orders stuff. I don't really know what she does, but it's all inside. It's an inside group of people. They've been there for so long, they just feel comfortable. Like, I know for a fact, if it wasn't such an inside business, none of them would ever make it there because they would be reported and fired, okay, for some of the things that they say and some of the things that they do. And, you know, one day it's going to all come back and someone's going to get in trouble for something because they're too comfortable. They've been there too long. They're too comfortable. They'll talk to you any type of way crazy. They get into arguments with customers. I've seen some crazy stuff go down between staff and customers, like causing a huge scene. You know, these are little old ladies. Let me tell you, it is crazy. And not all the time it's the customer's fault. Not all the time. You know what I'm saying? So all of us students will get together and be like, did you see what just happened? Like, I can't believe she talked to her like that. Like, I can't believe the director talked to her, that customer like that. Like, it is crazy. When I tell you it's crazy in there, it is crazy. And all you gotta do is walk in. If you don't believe me, walk in and see what type of customer service you got, because ain't nothing changed. They don't got no customer service. They talk to you like they know what is going on. It's crazy. So I just want to tell you guys what happened before I left there. I pretty much told you everything that I needed to tell you. There was this one time, right? I was doing this lady's hair, and she was getting a retouch, and I went back with the director to make the color for the retouch, and we didn't have her exact color. So we made the color that she needed with some other colors. You know, that's the beauty about hair coloring, is that you can always make a color. So we made the lady's color, and I went back to her and she was like, so what's going on with the color, what you guys use? You know, she was really interested in the product that was going onto her head. And I was like, well, we didn't have the color that we usually use, so we went ahead and did this formula and we made the color that you get. So I don't know what happened. I did her retouch. I went back to the break room to eat some chips. Girl, listen. The customer had talked to the director. Director had went up to my client and was like, oh, so you changed this, like, you know. And my director came back to me and was yelling at me, and she's like, don't you ever tell a client that you changed her formula, this and that. Now she's gonna try to get a free service. She's not gonna try to pay for it. She's gonna say it's all wrong. And I was like, are you, like, she like broke me down, like, she's just yelling at me. And then she was like, and you're not allowed in this break room if you're not off the clock. And I was like still fresh into school, and I was like, everybody comes in here when their client's hair is processing and gets a drink or gets a bite of food. But now that it's me doing it, it's an issue. Guys, it was crazy. That's why none of my experiences there are good. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. So the one that put the icing on the top of the cake was when I was going to school. Like I said, I was also trying to work at the same time. So I had been calling out of school a lot. And I had got to 200 hours behind. So you need 1,600 hours to graduate, and if you don't make that 1,600 hours before your graduation date, then you go into what's called overtime. You'll have to pay anything past your graduation date. You know, you'll have to pay $10 an hour for. So I had gotten so much overtime. When I came back from my weight loss surgery, forgot to tell you guys about the weight loss surgery. The weight loss surgery. When I had been asking for a leave of absence for the weight loss surgery, they had told me that weight loss surgery is not a need. It's not medically necessary to get weight loss surgery. You don't know how much crying I went through thinking that they weren't going to give me the time off that I needed to get my surgery. Treated me like crap. When I finally turned in my letter for my leave of absence, they're like, how are we going to approve this? You know, just making me feel so bad, like, because I had been trying to go to school and work at the same time, and I had been behind in hours, so they weren't really trying to approve it. But at the end of the day, who are you to tell me that my weight loss surgery is not medically necessary? Just to let you know, I had to get a medically necessary approved reason why to get that surgery. Many doctors found it medically necessary why I needed to lose weight. Okay, so that's why it was medically necessary. And, you know, so I was just like, that is so crazy to me. Just getting a little leave of absence to go to get surgery? Really? You guys, I did so much crying there. Period, point blank. I had good times at the same time, but I had probably like one good day out of every 50 days. It was crazy. So, like I said, the last one that put the icing on the cake, I was pretty behind it in hours. I had came back and I had shaped up just in time to make up all my hours, 200 hours negative. And I had like 4.5 months until I had to graduate. I had been, the policy says that if you don't have any strikes, which strikes are like warning, like bad strikes, you know, if you don't have any strikes, you can make up to 15 hours a week extra. So y'all, I started hustling. I started hustling so bad because if I had not, I would have been paying $2,000 and I didn't have $2,000 to pay in overtime. So I was like, I'm going to stay 15 hours extra every single week. I was hustling. Everybody was noticing me like, you're doing really good. You changed so much. Like, you're all about school. Like, I was doing so good. The instructors were recognizing me. Finally, I was getting the recognition that I deserved. So I was doing so good. I was coming every day. I would not be late. I was there. I was present. I was working, you know. I started like going above and beyond. Like, I was like, I got to be here for 11 months. I'm going to make the best of it. Like, I changed everything. Like, in the beginning, if they're mean to me, maybe they had a reason to because I called out so much. But at the end of the day, they still didn't have a reason to treat me the way they did. So, yeah, I had changed. I had done a complete 360. So, one day, this was about a month and a half before I was going to graduate. I had like about 70 more hours that I had to make up. Coming from 200 hours behind, I had about 70 more to go. And with the calculation, already going to school for like 35 hours a week, plus the extra 15, I was going to make it out of beauty school without having to pay anything extra in overtime. So what happened was one student's shears went missing, right? And all of a sudden, the next day we came to school. Someone must have took these shears. We were having a big event that day. We were doing free haircuts for all the foster children. And we had all these foster children, all these foster parents coming in, getting free services done. And at the end of the day, one student's shears went missing. He doesn't know how they went missing. They just went missing from his station. And, you know, they searched everybody who was there. They searched your bag and they searched your car. My bag, my locker, my car, my station, everything was searched. You know, and the next day we came to school and they said makeup hours are canceled. Because of the shears went missing yesterday, we want somebody to come clean. No makeup hours. Like, how is makeup hours and these shears going missing? How is that even relevant to each other? So I'm like going crazy. I was like, I have 70 more hours to make up. How am I going to graduate on time? Like, how am I going to graduate on time? On top of everything, like them trying to break up me and my friends telling me everything they're telling her. Like, if I get in trouble, they go tell my friend, the instructors go tell my friend what the heck is going on instead of telling me. Isn't that a violation? Like, how are you telling my friends what's going on with me? Like, I have privacy. Like, you just can't do that. Like, these are things that I like get shoved under the rug. And, you know, I hope the next student doesn't let these things get shoved under the rug. And that's why I'm at least coming on here and getting my review. Because how are you the director of the school and you are calling another student in your office to talk about me? It doesn't make no sense. How are the assistant director and the director's daughter calling my friends in the office to talk about me? It doesn't make no sense. It doesn't, like, oh, what's wrong with Amber today? Like, you guys, like, it doesn't make no sense. How, if I get in trouble, how is she gonna know about it before I know about it? If I get written up, how is she gonna know about it before I know about it? That's what I'm talking about. That's the inside goofy stuff that is going on in Tucson College of Beauty. And I don't recommend any of my friends to go there. I would not recommend that school to any of my friends. Not one of them. Okay? So they canceled makeup hours. I was like gonna fail. I was losing my mind. I was like, I'm not working as much as I used to. I done gave all of everything that I had to, you know, make a 360, make a turnaround, and come back and make it happen for myself to graduate and not have to pay overtime. Because if I do have to pay overtime, my mom will have to take out a loan so that I can, like, continue going to school and I can just get this done. And I told the director that. I told her, like, you know, I don't know how his shears going missing and makeup hours have anything to do with each other. And the shears didn't even go missing on makeup hours. They went missing on regular school time, daytime hours, day students. You know, a child could have took those shears. A foster parent. Parents are regular people. They are not saints out here, okay? They're regular people. A child could have picked them up. We don't know what happened to the shears, but all I know is that what does makeup hours have to do with those shears going missing? You guys, I was really upset. And, you know, my friend told me, Amber's so upset about this. Do you think she could have taken them? No, she didn't take them. She's upset because she has to make up these hours. Why are you canceling makeup hours? Mind you, the assistant director's cousin was about to graduate too. So, and she had like makeup hours to make up. And if she was making up hours, I promise you someone would have noticed and said something. So I was just thinking to myself, let me not act out so much because she's still got to graduate and she's the assistant director's cousin. So I was like thinking in my head, something's going to go on. I had broke down that day, right? I had a whole breakdown. I had just started crying. I was like, how are you guys going to cancel the makeup hours? Like, you guys know how close I am. Like, I'm this close to graduating. Can you just give me what I need to graduate? Like, I thought you guys were supposed to be on our side. Like, why are you canceling makeup hours? This guy, I don't know what happened to his shears, but I didn't take them. You searched my car, my locker, you searched everything on me that day. Like, I didn't touch those dang shears. Like, how are you going to cancel makeup hours? And I feel like it was directed at me because it was like everybody knew I was about to graduate. Everybody knew how much overtime I was putting in. Like, I was like the star, you know, I was like killing it. And it was like, Amber's killing it. And all of a sudden, makeup hours is canceled. Like, it was a trending topic. Every day I was calculating my hours to see, like, am I going to make it out of here without having to pay? And then the makeup hours are canceled. Like, that does not make no type of sense, y'all. So, because I had that breakdown, I had said a few things like, I hate this school. This is the worst decision I ever made in my life. Like, I just had a complete breakdown to the instructors of the school, like, during, like, a little meeting with me because I'm such a problem. You know what I'm saying? So then they gave me a strike. One strike. The policy says that if you have 3 strikes, you can't make up no hours. That day they gave me 1 strike, and I was like, whatever. There's no makeup hours. I only have 1 strike. Maybe they'll just lift the makeup hours soon because right now they're going against the policy. The policy says if you have 3 strikes, you can't make up no hours. Right now they're just canceling makeup hours. The director says she's not making a new policy. This is just what she's doing for now. So I already knew, like, I was just planning it. Like, you guys are breaking policy right now. I signed a makeup hour policy. And nowhere does it say you can cancel makeup hours all of a sudden. It does say you can change a policy whenever you feel like it at any time, but it doesn't say you can cancel a policy, like, you know. So you can make a new policy, but when I asked her, are you going to make a new policy for one strike? And she said, no, I'm not making a new policy. This is just what I'm doing for now. So then the next day we come to school and they say, okay, we are lifting makeup hours if you have no strikes. Anybody who has no strikes can continue to make up their hours. But mind you, they just gave me a strike the day before. So you see why I feel like this was suspect? Like, they were targeting me, and they do this. I've seen them target other students. I've seen it with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? I have my best friend who is on the inside. You know, so they are targeting me. Period. They, like, when I tell you, I was livid at that point. I let 1 week pass about this one makeup hour strike. I had one strike and they would not let me make up hours. One strike and they would not let me make up no hours. So I said, I'm going to give it 1 week. On the 1 week mark, I went to the assistant director because she was the one who did it, I guess. I went to her and I was like, are you going to lift the makeup hours? You know how close I am to graduating. Like, I need to graduate. Are you going to lift the makeup hours? And she was like, no. No, if you have one strike, you can't make up hours. And I said, but we do have a 3-strike makeup hour policy that we signed when we started this school. And she's like, nope, we're not changing the policy. This is just what we're doing for now. Y'all, I'm glad I had that conversation in the morning because at 4:30, I had my whole letter written up for a letter of complaint. I wrote everything that was going on in there. I feel like they are working against me. They don't want me to graduate. I have changed 360%. Like, I have made a 360 turnaround. I don't call out of school for the last 4 months. I don't come late. I'm here. I'm present. I'm getting my work done. Look at my worksheets. They're completely full. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like telling this letter all these things. And at 4:30 at the end of the day, I turn it into the assistant director because the director is not there. So I turn in this letter of complaint. They have to follow a complaint, like, you know, so I don't know who handles it, but all I know is that I wrote the letter and I was like, this is not okay. Like, I'm not going to graduate. I don't have the money to pay in overtime. And if you guys are following your policies, I would be making it out of here without having to pay $1. So after that, the next day, I had state board testing at school. So I came in. The director pulled me into her office and she like went over the letter and she looked me in my eyes and she told me I should have let you go a long time ago. I should have like kicked you out a long time ago. Like, she went through every write-up they had given me. And she's like, every day that I had missed. She like was telling me all these days that I missed and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I know, but I did make a change. She's like, well, I should have let you go a long time ago. So she's like, I'll let you know tomorrow our verdict on your complaint. So I came in the next day and they said, makeup hours are lifted. Everybody can go back to their makeup hours if you don't have 3 strikes. So I just felt so good about myself. Everybody in the school knew about the letter of complaint. Like, I had to like do something about it. Like, now thinking back, I should have called the owner of the school and let him know what was going on because it was so bad. Like you can just, like, this is just my experience. Like, you don't have to trust me. You don't have to believe me. You can bash me if you feel like you had a better experience than me. This is just my experience and I'm going to let you guys know. Okay, so I would have done so much more. This is why I'm coming on letting you know my review of the school. I wish more people did reviews like this so we know exactly what's going on. I always said the nightmare before Christmas. This is how this school is. On the nightmare before Christmas, you know that one character that has the white face and then the other face? Like, that's how they are. They have the good face smiling at you when you walk in, but after you start, you get the other face. Like, it is so horrible. Like I said, it's all inside. They all been there since the school opened. You know, you can't go to nobody to talk about anything. You can't complain about the director to her daughter. You can't complain about the director to the assistant director, because the assistant director been there since the school done open, and that's like her daughter anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. It is so crazy. I don't miss it. I'm thankful that it's over. If I have to give anybody advice, it would be do your research. Definitely do your research. When you are searching for a beauty school, do your research. Okay? Go in, like, you know, look at Google reviews. If you check Tucson College of Beauty out on Google review, you will see the real truth. Facebook, that's where most of the real reviews are. Look on Facebook reviews. Check them out, y'all. Ask around, because, man, they will tell you. People will tell you. Yep. So, to end the story, when they had lifted the hours, I had made up enough hours. I was going to be 3 hours behind. So, I had wrote my letter just in time to still make it out, and all I had to pay was $30. I ended up missing school, so I ended up having to pay $100 in makeup hours. But that's my story. That's my review. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and you know your girl's gonna come at y'all real. It's real out here, and I don't know who's gonna see this video, but you can't tell me I'm lying about these things. You cannot tell me I'm lying. You can't tell me I'm lying. I got the facts, okay, right here written down. And then when I went back after I graduated, I went back for somebody's graduation. They were telling me things around here have gotten worse. Like, the director is going crazy. They were telling me, like, she got in someone's face and pointed so close that she almost touched the guy's nose. Yeah, y'all, it's crazy. So I was just like, the girls that were going out when I started, they're like, good luck. And I was telling them, y'all just got out in the nick of time, because, man, things got real around here. So it was bad, y'all. It was bad. I don't miss beauty school. I don't. What I should have done is I should have went to Texas and went to beauty school. That's what I should have done. Stay tuned, y'all. Subscribe to your girl's channel. Like this video. Comment. Do what you gotta do. Hate me. Unsubscribe. It's real out here. It's your girl, Amber Ray. Keeping it real at all times. You know, nothing that came out of my mouth was a lie today. And I put that on the man above, okay? Stay tuned, y'all.